Hello, welcome to Joan's Sewing Room. How are you all today? Well, I'm pretty good. I've been just got back from Oregon. I was there for 3 weeks and had a good time. Did some house sitting and visit with my family and friends. And now I'm back here in my sewing room to continue working on the Russian doll quilt. Now I will be doing 2 of these. I have 2 great-granddaughters that were born last year, and so this one is for Amaya. She has dark hair, and I have to redo her eyes because she's got dark eyes, but I gave her blue. And so this is the start of it. Now, as you can see, the pink is overpowering this quilt. I like the idea of putting the hot pink in here because it gives your eye a place to lay, as they say, because the plaid is so busy, but it's too bright. It's too bold. It's like it wants to take over the entire quilt, and it doesn't look good. So sometimes when you're working on a quilt, you want to just stop, and maybe just hang it up like I had done and walk away. And when you walk away and you come back the next day, or you come back and you look at it and you think, you know, that just doesn't cut it. So that's what I'm feeling. I don't like it because it's too bold. Now I was thinking maybe if I take away some of the hot pink or this dark pink, or maybe if I just cut it in half. So let's try, instead of taking it away, maybe make these smaller. Instead of 2.5 inches wide, let's make them 1.5 inches wide and see where we can go with that. Let's see how we can make it better. Okay, let me maybe just around the center I could make it smaller. So let me see, some of these are just strips that I cut. So maybe if I made this smaller, like so. I'm just folding it in half at this point. Should probably bring it up higher because, oops, just to see how it would look. Now by doing this, I'm gonna have to bring these in closer because there's a big gap here, and that each one of these squares here that I made with this quilt, for this quilt, are now 2 by 2. They were 2.5 by 2.5. But when you do a 1/4 inch all the way around seam allowance, 1/4 inch, it takes up the 1/4 inch. It takes it up. So now instead of being 2.5 by 2.5, they're 2 by 2. And a thing too with this. Now, let's see, let's put this. Now I gotta realize too that I haven't sewn these together, and that's why it looks so bold in your face too. So, and that is another thought. See, because these are smaller because I sewed them together. So let's retract. Let's say it's all sewn together, and okay, I'm just gonna go back here, back. Oops, I don't want to lose my pins. And let's put in a 1/4 inch here all the way around. Let's see how it works. I don't want to sew it together as yet because then I have to rip it all out. But if I pin it back and make it a 1/4 inch and take off that 1/4 inch all the way around, it's only going to be 2 inches like these are. It might not look as bad as I think it looks. This one's kind of short. Let's just fold these over and make it less. I still kind of want to do it less. I still kind of feel that this is still kind of like in my face, so to speak. She's stuck. Did I pin her somewhere? I can't see the pin. Yes, her flower. Let's see how it looks. As you can see, I didn't put any pink here. Maybe I shouldn't put any pink here. Just alleviate that right there. Let's just kind of like redo it for a minute here. All right. So up here, it doesn't have anything across. And I kind of like that because it's not so in your face. That side has more pink in it. This side obviously has less pink. So when you do it this way, you can kind of get an idea of how you want to see it, how it looks best to you before you sew it together. Now you could say, oh, well, I'm obviously having problems here, but you can kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to say when you are designing a quilt and how you want it to lay out before you actually sew it together. Like so. It's smaller. And I think that's probably what it needs. And then of course, less pink. So even though I'm gonna sew those together, it's not so busy because you got the pink to break it up. Last time we chatted, I was trying to figure out the layout of this quilt. Now, as you can see, prior to this, I had more stripes going. And I just didn't like it. And I felt like I needed to lighten and take away some of those sashing. It just feels more open, I guess you could say. The sashings will be I think attached to these borders here. So when I go to sew it, it'll be one strip, and one strip like that together. And it'll just make it easier to come together. That's what I'm planning. I don't know if I look a little different. I kind of went a little crazy yesterday with some scissors and decided to chop off all that hair I had. So I feel like a new person. I know. What do you want me to say? So anyway, this is the layout. This is what I'm going with. So let's get started and put it together, okay? So here we are. Now these are 4 have already been sewn together. I sewed these together earlier or another day. Kind of do it in panels. I'm going to sew these 2 together first. Now sewing these, since they're directional, I want to make sure that all the little girls are going in the same direction. All right, let's see if that'll do. So I sewed those 2 together like that. These together. So we'll sew this one, this one, this one, so as you can see here, this is my round the world quilt that I worked on when I was in Oregon. Let's see. Got a 1/4 of an inch. So then I just finger press it, lock so, and I'm going to add another one down from it. And I definitely want to get them lined up so they'll come out perfect. Let me see what I'm doing here. Actually goes like this. Okay? I'm not a visual sewer, so to speak. Sometimes I am in this idea. This one, it came to me, but I still had to. I came across this, and sometimes you can come across ideas in books, fabric. With the bagel, somebody else did their dog and I saw it, and then I just changed it up a little and did my thing. With the round the world, obviously I use a jelly roll, which is no big deal, but you know, I did it my way. I put a lighter center instead of a dark center. So I'm sure a lot of you that are sewers do the same thing, or you like to use patterns. I don't particularly like to use patterns myself. I like to kind of go out of the box and do my own thing. Okay, so looking down there, let's see, we got that one. Now we need to do the bottom one. All right, so I think what I need to do here, because, all right, well, we'll just use this one. No, we'll use this one. Turn it around. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So what I did was I made these so it's dark, light, dark, light. So I had to make one light, dark, light, dark. So when I sew them together, it's works out perfectly. And I need to make sure my China dolls are going in the right direction. At least one patch is. On, and then this one below. And so it'll go like that. I'm just putting this together like so. Like that. Let's see. All right. Now these two need to be sewed onto this. And this right here, which you can't see, needs to come off. So I will take all these to the sewing machine, including the doll. And I'm going to attach these runners to it. All right, so let's do that. So this is the bottom. Okay, I need to take this out, take it off. Now, let me see. I took that off. I don't need that. So, all right. So we got these on like so. That's the bottom. And now, let me see what I'm going to do to this one here. So what I need to do is my sides and then my top, I think. Or, let's see. Sides, now that is too short, so obviously it's going to go across the top. So I guess we'll just do the top first, and then we'll do the sides. I'm not going to give them a square. I'm not going to do like if we were doing quilting. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give it corner. Just going to sew the strips on. I mean, I could, but I don't really want to do it that way. Now, I would say the majority of my fabrics is a mix between polyester cotton or cotton polyester. Because you just don't get cotton anymore like we used to. And plus, this fabric being the fact is that it's I haven't decided on this flower yet. What I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna just sew it and leave it, I don't know, I haven't decided. The fact is that this fabric is remnants. You're getting whatever, you know, if I was to say, no, I just want cotton, it's going to be really hard and it's going to be really expensive. And so I'm just using what I have. One crafter or one sewer said, no, I just do all cotton, which is awesome. You can do that. Great. I can't do that. I'm using remnants. Okay, so let me see. That one could be a bottom one. I didn't really sit here and figure this out. Like I usually do. Okay, let's see. Okay, that one's too long. Let me see what this one's all about. Okay, that's more of a bottom, so we'll use that. Alright, now let's see what we have for the sides. That one worked there. This is gonna hopefully work here. Ooh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so there's one. That border. All right, so we have one more to go. I kind of want to do the flower kind of three-dimensional. So I thought maybe, I don't know, I might put a little backing on the back and maybe just sew it all down and then just attach it right there. Something like that. So that's why I haven't sewed it on yet. See, like this is kind of, you know, three-dimensional because you can put your finger in here. It's not totally sewed down, so she could look under there and see what's there if she wants to. And see what's there if she wants to. I mean, I could have sewed it down, but I decided not to. I was also thinking maybe of putting batting behind it so it kind of like would stick up a little bit, you know, be extra cushiony. I don't know, there's all kinds of ideas that you could do here with that. In fact, another thing is you could make a doll. I mean, you could do this, but then also take this and make a doll and, you know, just so stuff it, you know, make a doll like you're gonna stuff it, and then so she got a doll too, the quilt and the doll. So there's another idea. That might be something fun to do, huh? Okay, oops, there goes a pin, straight pin. Cut this off here. I'm gonna sew this right on to the bottom. We want to put it all together. I think that's what we need to do. Okay, so this is the bottom. Kind of looks like a dress, huh? It's a panel of a dress. When I did, right? When you are making your own quilt and you're not using a pattern, you have to kind of figure out how the layout's going to be, because you don't have something that's going to tell you how your layout's going to be and how you're going to put it together. So here is the top. Do this side first. to sew off. I don't know why. Yes. Okay. Well, it's good talking, good sharing. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. And this is a simple way to make a nice, cute quilt for your granddaughter or great-granddaughter. I can do it, I'll probably embroider it by hand. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.